Tennessee Tech head coach Matt Bragga back for the 19th season overall at Tech, fourth in this second stint. Team picked third. Coach, just give us some general thoughts about what you feel about your team in this upcoming 2025 season.
Yeah, as everybody is, Kyle, we're excited to get started. I love our group of young men. I know you can say that every year. I think as coaches, there are different things you love about different groups that you have over the years. And this group is special to me. There's something unique about them. Honestly, in however many years I've been coaching, it's one of the tightest groups I've ever seen. And so really excited about that. On the field, I think great leadership, got some veterans that have done an amazing job, really good work ethic, as you would expect out of every club, great competitors and great ball players. Off the field, again, tremendous young man. I think, these guys have had like a 3.4 GPA or higher for 3 straight semesters now. That's hard to do. I mean, that blows away what I could have ever done in class. And so I'm really proud of them academically. And, we also, really incredible. Like they do a D group on their own every Thursday night, and we've got 25 plus guys attending. And 4 baptisms last year. They got 2 more tonight. So it's a pretty unique group, Kyle, and really excited to be their coach.
You've been coaching in Tennessee Tech and in baseball for a long time. How is this team? I mean, you sort of answered it. How is this team different than maybe the first 18 you coach at Tennessee Tech? And how does that sort of, I know you recruit them, you know who you have, but how's that come along, the identity of a team, I guess, every
Yeah, this team is probably the deepest we've ever had in my 19 seasons. So, you look offensively, we have 18 hitters. I would be happy to play all 18. Obviously, there's some that are better than others, right? But in pitching depth, it's the best we've ever had. Now, does that mean this is the best team we've ever had? That's not what I'm saying, right? Like is our front line, Kevin Stroshine, Chase Chambers, AJ Kirby Jones, some of those guys? Not necessarily. They may be, but as of this moment, no, they have not done what those young men have done in this program. But in terms of depth on the mound and from a position player standpoint, it is really, really good and really, really deep. I think our fall games show that. We kind of played a quasi starting lineup against Vanderbilt, maybe without 1 or 2 pieces that would be starters if we started tomorrow, so to say, and lost game 1, and then we put a whole new 9 in there in game 2, and we won game 2 with guys you wouldn't expect necessarily to be your everyday starter. So, and same thing against Belmont. Our quasi starters won game 1 by 1 run, and then our guys that maybe wouldn't be starting came in. The whole new 9 came in, and we tied game 2. So it's a deep group and a close knit group, and you know how that is. Like, hey, we got to start playing games, and let's see if all of a sudden someone's sitting the bench. Is it as close as I believe they are with each other? I think they are. I think the culture is really good right now, and I'm really excited about that.
How does that happen organically during the season? If somebody, he's not playing, you put him in, and then they have a great day, and then that sort of sparks something you were missing. How does that sort of happen for a team?
Yeah, I think opportunity. And I think that's one thing that's going to happen this preseason for us. I have always been a guy that, hey, these are our 9, maybe our 10. These are the guys that are playing. And maybe because I believe we are deeper than we've ever been, I am not going to do that this preseason, meaning leading into conference. We're going to play a whole bunch of guys. They'll know that going in. Our team will know that going in. Give them the best opportunity they can to win positions, and give me the best opportunity then to put the best guys in the lineup. And it is fun to see that. I mean, we've had guys over the years that have gotten opportunities because of injury or whatever it may be. And next thing you know, they turn into an elite player that may be better than you even thought, whether it's on the mound or at the plate.
So this may be a different answer in May, but today, is your offense ahead of your pitching or the other way around?
Other way around. I think our pitching is ahead of our offense. You could catch us on the right day where you'd come watch us play, and I think you'd say, ooh, the offense, I think, is ahead. But honestly, out of our 6, I guess 7 preseason scrimmages so far, I would say the offense has won 1. We've probably tied 2. and then the pitching and defense have won the other four. So, and that's not. I think you could ask almost any coach on the call. In the preseason, pitchers are typically ahead, so I don't think that that's abnormal. But if you were to ask me as a head coach, what way I would rather it be, I always want pitching and defense ahead of offense. Believe it or not, I know that may sound funny for us, but I always want to leave a scrimmage and be like, hey, our pitching and defense are winning today. And because that's just something that's totally within your control for the most part.
And so last year, you all led the league in ERA, but you were eighth or so in batting. Although it was really tight with some of those teams. Like, how do you then foresee this year going? I would think you'd want your team batting average to be a little higher that way, but just thoughts on like how that compares to last year's.
Yeah, I think on paper, pitching staff is better. I don't think there's actually any question about that. And I loved our staff last year. I thought we had some really good guys. But on paper, we're better. Positionally, we are. It's a really different feel because we've had teams here that you kind of just sit back, old Earl Weaver style, with the Orioles and wait on the 3-run homer. This is a unique blend. We've got four guys that you're like, it would be in a starting 9, where you'd say, hey, these four guys have the potential to hit 10 to 15 home runs, maybe more. You've got 2 where you're like really good baseball players, have the potential to hit 10 or more, right? Could 8 to 12, somewhere in that range. And then you got your other 3 to 4 where you're like, these are ball players. These guys can bunt, these guys can run, these guys can hit and run, these guys have incredible bat control, I guess is a good way, bat to ball skill. And so it's a diverse lineup and probably as diverse as we've ever had. Again, is it the best? That is not what I'm saying. It's hard to beat some of the ones we've had in the past when it comes to offensive production. But this team is defensively, I think, has a chance to set our school record for defense. The turf helps. It'll be our second year on turf. But regardless of turf or not, very good defensively, very athletic. And I think, like I said, we're deep offensively, and I'm excited to watch that play out.
It's hard to know what the other teams in the league have till they've played some games, but just in general, what you think about the league and basing that off last year and where we are in 2025 in the OVC.
Yeah, it's funny, Kyle. When I came back to Tennessee Tech right before the 2022 season, the league had changed a lot. We had lost 5 schools: Jacksonville State, Belmont, Austin Peay, et cetera, et cetera. And we had gained, I think, 3 new ones: Little Rock, Lindenwood, Southern Indiana, and now Western Illinois is in. And so I didn't know what to expect. Like, you don't know when you lose 5 and you're seeing 3 or 4 new ones, you don't know what to expect. And I remember saying this in 2018, and I hate to always look back to 18. I'm sorry for doing that. But in 2018, when Moorhead and us both got into the postseason, which was awesome for our league, I would tell anyone that would listen, like, this league is vastly underrated. This league is very, very good. This league is deep. And whether you believe me or not, that's how I feel. And my mentality on that has not changed. Like, I think the league is way better, including our own program, than people give credit. Like, I just do. And so the league is good. The landscape has changed a little bit, but all the teams we brought in, they're good ball clubs. It's Coach Jenkins it's a deep league. Like this is a fun league to play in. Obviously, SEMO's got a bunch of guys back. They're the returning tournament champion. They're probably, as the numbers that were sent out this morning show, the team to beat. And then obviously there's some other really, really good clubs in this league.
So what we'll end with this question: what will it take for your team to be in championship contention in May?
Consistency. I think just what I have been seeing, continue to do that. If our guys are consistent with what they do, how they play the game, how they execute pitches, with our quality at bats, minimizing mistakes. If we do those things, this team will be where I believe we can be at the end of the year. Easier said than done, but this group of young men is more than capable of doing that.
Coach, appreciate your time this morning and best of luck to the Golden Eagles all season long.
Thank you so much, Kyle. Appreciate you.